Hello there, superstar. I met with a stylist and salon owner earlier today for a coaching session, and we were talking about raising her prices, taking a look at where she is currently and what she is going to need to do to move forward and actually have a profitable business where she can actually go home at a reasonable time, do a reasonable number of clients, and have time and energy to spend with her family. And so I think those are all worthy goals that our career should not be our whole entire life. I have kind of lived it in that kind of feast or famine kind of thing where it's not just feast or famine, but really just being 200% into my career and sacrificing other parts of life. And I think that balance is definitely really the key. So I want to talk with you because she was very nervous, as you may be, about the prospect of raising her prices, what her clients would think, would she lose clients, and all of those kind of things. So we went through and, among other things, did a little bit of math. And so I want to share that with you. And I know math isn't always our favorite topic, but I do find that we like money. And if we can put that dollar sign in front of the math and make it money math, that it becomes a lot more fun. And so we're going to do a little money math today because I want you to understand what happens if you raise your prices and you do lose a few clients. I have shared before in a previous video that you're not likely to lose all of your clients. That would be very unlikely if you have a pretty decent size clientele. But you may lose a few, and so that scares people. Oh my gosh, I can't afford to lose anyone. It's like, but you can, and it will make your life so much better. And I want to show you how you could actually do fewer clients and make $500 more with this one example. So, are you ready? So, let's jump in. So, she does a silk press service, and I'm familiar with pricing kind of all over the country. And where the high end places are. I used to live in the DC area. That's where I spent most of my career in the DMV, in the Washington DC metro area. New York is a high priced area. Chicago can be a fairly high priced area. And the West Coast with California, Los Angeles area, definitely San Francisco. And there's different pockets kind of throughout the country, but those are kind of your high price markets. The rest are a lot middle of the road, and then there's a lot of small towns as well. So I always take into consideration where you're located. And to me, it doesn't matter where you're located because you should probably be raising your prices. One reason is that the products, they don't differentiate. It's like, oh, well, you live in a small town or you live in a state where, the cost of living is a little bit less. It's like the products cost the same. And so we've got to always take that into account when we are looking at, are we making what we want to make and are we making what we need to make? So I found out her price for a silk press, which is a smoothing, temporary smoothing service for a client with natural hair, unrelaxed hair. And so it does take a little bit longer. It takes more product. It takes more of the right kind of product, which usually is like a system, and you're spending a little bit more in terms of the products. A lot of times with that service, we don't take into consideration, is their hair extra thick? They should be paying more. It's like they're going to need more product, you're going to need more time, and you're going to need more energy to get it all to come together and look fabulous. The other thing is their hair long? And I define long in certain categories. So for me, and you can obviously do it the way that you want, if it's below the shoulder, it would be considered long. That's one level of long. And if it is below, like where that bra strap hits in the back, that's another layer of long. And so there's charges for all of those levels because you're going to need more product. It's going to take more time and you're going to be expending more energy to get that hair looking fabulous. And so all of those things are pieces to the puzzle. So this stylist and owner is charging $55 currently for a silk press, which is a little bit on the low side. It's not as low as some that I've heard, but it's definitely not where it should be because one of the things that we have to take into consideration with the services that we offer is how much time does it take. And so we actually went through and listed out, the services, the pricing, and the time that it takes. That's one of the parts of the equation that we get paid for. And so I don't put all of the emphasis there, but we definitely have to consider it. And so with that service, it's an hour and a half to 2 hours in terms of the service from, the time they enter the door to the time they exit. And she does work with an assistant, so that, frees up. Sometimes she could be doing something else, but from start to finish, it's about a 2 hour service. And so when we look at $55 over 2 hours, that's not a lot. And that hasn't taken out any expenses yet. And so I think it's 27.50 an hour. And then we've got to take out rent and, all of the overhead in terms of electricity, insurance, all those kind of things. It's like she's got to pay her assistant. There's all these other things. And then plus there's supposed to be some left for her to take and, take care of her home or personal expenses. And so when we look at all that, it's like really she should be charging more. And I actually was saying, it's like there is a big movement to get $15 as the minimum wage, and I don't know if it's passed or not, but people are fighting for that, and a lot of us as hairstylists aren't even making that. So I want you to check yourself and see where you're fitting into that, because by the time you take that 27.50 an hour and take out all of the expenses, she's not making $15 an hour. So I digress, but I'm just driving it home here. We have to make sure that things make sense, dollars and cents, okay? And so the math that I want to do for you, the money math, is the pricing that she should have with where she's located, with her level of experience, with the clientele that she has, is about $70. So that is a $15 increase, which is like, woo, you want me to go up $15 at once? And so, yes, that was the short answer. It's like that is going to be at least that first phase, that first step that will get you on track to keep your business open. It's like we're running businesses, guys. It's like we enjoy what we're doing. For some of us, it comes kind of easy to do what we're doing because we've been doing it a little while. But it's like at the end of the day, we have to take care of the expenses and we have to take care of ourselves. And so, yes, wanted her, and I won't say for you what would be the right amount, but $15 is about the amount that we want to increase that service. And so we looked at what happens if I lose some clients because I went up $15, okay? And so we did the math and we did it together, and you can pull out a calculator if you'd like on your phone or what have you. But we're just kind of ballparking. It's like she does a lot of clients, so you may not do as many clients. I get that, but she does a lot of clients. So we said, let's just take 80 as the number of silk presses that you do during the month. And at $55, it is $4,400 that you would make in that month. So we're at $4,400 for 80 clients at $55. So I'm suggesting um, moving that up to $70 and looking at what if she loses 10 clients. So 70 clients at $70 is 4,900. So if we take $4,900 and subtract out what she is currently making at $4,400, she's actually making $500 more doing 10 fewer clients. Could you live with that? I think so. That's not a bad trade-off because she's able to get out of the salon a little bit earlier. It's like she's able to preserve her body so that it can, do well in this industry for the long haul, not just for right now. She won't be killing herself, and her clientele really didn't take much of a hit. And it's like what a little more than 10%. And that won't necessarily be your experience. It won't necessarily be her experience, but that is about a good average. And I would say, actually based on the clientele that she has and the amount of loyalty and the amount of experience and, professionalism, that it is likely that she may not lose any clients. And so that almost would be a challenge. It's like I've actually been in that situation where, I've needed to raise my prices and so that I could thin out my clientele and no one left. And so that is something that does happen. And so I don't want you to be in fear. I want you to look at the numbers and look at what makes sense and look at what makes dollars and cents. And so making $500 more doing 10 fewer clients, that's a really good place to be. So I hope that helps you. I hope that encourages you to kind of take a look at what do I need to do to move forward. And if you need support with that, I'm here to help. I actually have a free guide. It's actually a workbook. So you actually kind of do some work in there as well. So it's a free workbook and it is the Hairstylist Power Pricing Workbook. And it will take you kind of step by step through the first three things that you need to do with raising your prices. And so putting those pieces in place will make things a lot easier. And this is not just change the number and we've raised the prices. It's like we've got to kind of grow ourselves into being willing to um, raise our prices, feeling like what we do is valuable and valued by the clients that we're doing it for. And really just kind of stepping into that role as a business person. So, I hope this has been helpful. It's like, please, drop your comments below. Let me know what your takeaways are. Were there any aha moments or were there any things where you went, ugh, you know, let me know. I'm going to continue to bring you some great information to help you be able to move forward in your career and hopefully starting with setting great boundaries, increasing your prices, or actually even just charging the real prices so we stop the discounting. So I am Miki Wright, and I am honored to be here. I'm hoping that this is helping you on your journey. So be sure to subscribe. And if you would like your free copy of the Power Pricing Workbook, to visit beautysuperstars.com. Again, it's beautysuperstars.com, and you'll be able to download it from there. And I'd love to get your feedback. So take great care, keep reaching for the stars, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.